Hey y'all, so today's video is going to be a beginner friendly base routine, and by base I mean foundation, concealer, blush, all that good stuff. So let's get right into this video. So what I always do is make sure that I start off with clean hands. And I usually have hand sanitizer in my makeup bag, and I just apply that. And then what's really important, like really important, is my skincare before I apply my foundation and all that good stuff. So I make sure I start off on clean skin, and I apply a really good moisturizer and then some sunscreen, and then I go in with a primer. So I really like a glowy look. I don't necessarily like the matte look. So when I look for primers, I look for primers that like have keywords like glow or illuminating in them. And I also really like natural clean ingredients in my products because I have acne prone sensitive skin. So the primer I'm using today is I'm not really sure how to pronounce it, but I'll probably put it somewhere over here, and it's a primed to glow skin perfecting illuminating primer, and it has 87% natural ingredients in it. What I really love about this primer is that it really does help my skin glow when I apply my foundation. So I don't know if you guys can see this, but it kind of has a little bit of a shimmer to it, which kind of helps with the glow of the skin. And I got this primer from Walmart. So most of my products that I'm using today are really affordable products that are extremely beginner friendly. So I don't really have a specific way that I apply a primer. I just go in, and then I just kind of massage it with my hands, or my fingers rather. I think primer is really important, and sometimes, y'all, this is a trick if you're in a hurry. If you just apply a little bit of primer, especially one that makes your skin glow, and then you apply some blush, you're good to go. That's typically what I do. I'll apply a little bit of primer, and then I'll go in with some blush, and it kind of just gives like a really natural look. It's really, I do it all the time. So after I apply my primer, gotta make sure I use every little bit, but after I apply primer, I go in and I apply my foundation. And you can use any applicator that you want. Like you could use a brush. I'm using like more of like a complexion brush, so it kind of blends a little bit better. You can use something like this, or you can use a flat foundation brush, which I don't know where mine is, but you can use a typical flat foundation brush, which is good also. And if you're going to use that, you can team the flat foundation brush with a beauty blender to really get an airbrushed look. But today I'm going to be using a brush. And what I like to do sometimes, if I can find it, oh, here we go. What I like to do sometimes is spray my brush just to or spray my face with a setting spray, and it kind of just helps blend everything together and help it to stay put. So I'm gonna just spray my face really good. And I'm going in with the Sephora Best Skin Ever foundation. And what I really love about this foundation is the consistency. And it's extremely lightweight, and it is also, I believe, It just has a lot of good ingredients in it, and I love this. But if this is also very affordable, and I also would recommend the Revolution, their brand of foundations, because they're also really good, and that's what I used for a long time. But I kind of wanted something a little bit on the thinner side, and I don't really care for full coverage. I just want something lightweight. So what I do is apply it to the back of my hand like this, and I just dab my brush in, and I just kind of apply it like so. Now this brush is from Real Techniques, and what I love about it is that it has like a dial over here, so you can change how dense your brush is. So I just change it to mid. I just apply this just like this, and I'm dedicating this video and the next couple of videos that I'll do about beginner makeup to my little sister Vicky, because the other day she said that she wanted to learn how to do makeup, and I thought, what better way than a video that she could always refer back to. So Vicky, if you're watching this, I hope you're watching this, you better be watching this, this is for you. So I just kind of go in with my brush, and I just apply it everywhere, and I'll go down along my neck. And this foundation is very buildable, so you can go up to full coverage if you wanted to. But I really don't care for full coverage most of the times. Kind of just go with the flow over here. I just apply it all over. And sometimes I like to go in with a beauty blender just to make sure that everything is blended in nicely. So another trick to kind of get like a nice airbrushed look is if you're using a denser brush or a flat tip foundation brush, then you could go in with the beauty blender, really tap that in, and then you could go in with a softer, you could even go in with like a blush brush and kind of just airbrush everything together. Okay, so I think everything's okay and nice and blended in. Sometimes I take my beauty blender and I'll bring down the foundation. And also, y'all, I'm not a professional. I just like to play in makeup a lot. So I'm really beginner too. I'm really beginner too. I just know a little bit. I know a little bit. Okay, so now to the good stuff. Oop. Gotta blend this in a little bit more. Okay, now to my favorite part, concealer. Oop. So I start off with a lighter color of concealer inside of my eye, like right here. And I'm using the Revolution Concealer Conceal and Define in this shade C12.5. And I used the foundation in the shade 59N. So 59N I used in my foundation. And for concealer, I start off in the corner of my eye, right here with the lighter shade. And y'all, I really love the brand Revolution. It's so affordable and it works really well. So you get a bang for your buck. And then I go in with a darker shade of concealer, and I'm using the Sephora Gel Serum Concealer in the shade Dolce de Leche. And I take this and I just bring that outwards. Okay. And I let that sit for a little bit before I start blending it in. So while I let it sit, I apply a little bit of, I go into my contour, and again I'm using the Revolution, I'm using a concealer for a contour, and I'm using the Revolution concealer, Conceal and Define Concealer in the shade C18. So I take it, I go like this, because I really like a snatched look, and go like that. And I don't put a lot. I don't put a lot of concealer. And I go in with a denser brush. I'm using again a Real Technique brush, and it's kind of dense. It's a face brush. I don't really know what it's called, but I take it and I go and I just kind of just dap it in. And I start off with a little bit because I do not want a lot. I don't want it to be super noticeable. I kind of just want it to be natural. I go again on the other side, and I kind of just go in circular sections. So I go circular like this, and then sometimes I'll go up, and then right here I go circular, but I go up. So I go like this. So it kind of just adds color to the face, some dimension, and it's really subtle. And now for the fun part, I'm gonna go in and do the concealer. And I'm using a Morphe brush for the concealer. It's the M173 brush, and I got this brush from Ulta. Oops. Got this brush from Ulta, and it's called the Chubby Buffer brush. So I take this, and again I spray a little bit, like a little bit of setting. Spray all over my face. Ugh. Oh, and I'm using the Revolution setting spray. So this video is not sponsored, but one day it will be. So I'm taking my brush. Oh no, I got concealer in my eye, look. Don't be like me. Okay, I take my brush and I just kind of tap it in. So, and I just continue to tap in. Tap, tap, tap in. So, I would recommend doing your skin routine first, the base routine first, before you go in and do your eyes, because now I have to go in and do my eyes over again. And I do this all the time. I always make this mistake. So to save yourself some trouble, just go in, just go in and like, look at, y'all, how did that happen? How did that happen? I don't know. I'm just going in and I'm kind of just tapping and going in circular motions. Tap, circular motions. I can't speak. Tap, 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 tap. I love this brush because it really gets in there. It helps blend. So after I tap in, I kind of just go in circular motions and bring that concealer out a bit. Sometimes I go like this to make sure that that middle section is covered. So I just kind of bring it out to create a gradient effect. And sometimes I'm not satisfied, so I want to add more concealer. You can do that, do as you please. It's your face. As long as you're happy with it, I'm gonna do what I please. I'm just gonna add a tad bit more. Just gonna get my brush, go like this. So I got really into, I've always loved makeup, but I got really into makeup on for my 21st birthday. I guess I was going through a second puberty, and so my hormones were just all over the place, and my hormones were all over the place, and so I got really bad acne. My face just started breaking out everywhere. I'm going in with my beauty blender brush, spraying it with some setting spray. Then I'm gonna go in and tap it in. But yes, so for my 21st, when I was like 21, I got really bad acne and I was really insecure. Not that acne is something to be insecure about, because you're still beautiful with or without. But at the time I was feeling really insecure, and I was going away. I think I went on a trip for my 21st birthday, and I wanted to just feel really confident. So that's when I started getting into makeup, and Revolution is actually like the first brand that I just felt worked for me, and it was really good. And to this day I still use it because it's such a good brand. And yes, that's the beauty of makeup, is you can, it can help you just feel so confident and beautiful. Even you are beautiful and confident without makeup, but I think makeup just helps increase that confidence, and it helps you just enhance your already beautiful features that you have. And like I was saying, sometimes I don't even do all of this. I just put on primer and put on a little bit of blush, and I go about my day. Doesn't have to be too dramatic. And I'm just gonna keep blending this in until I feel like it's okay. And sometimes I like to go in with a little bit more foundation just to just to blend everything together. So I might do that. I'm actually going to go in with my foundation brush that I was using and just kind of use the leftover foundation on there to blend everything together. And since I can't find a bronzer that I like for my skin color. I like to use a little bit of the concealer that I was using to contour, and I like to put it like around my forehead, just a little bit, just a tad bit, just to kind of add a little bit of warmth to my face. And I'm using a just dense brush, and I'm just going in circular motions. And I'm just noticing I actually have a dark mark that I'm just gonna cover up right here. Not too big of a deal, but I'm just gonna cover it up. I'm just going in with a little bit of concealer and dapping that in. Like so. Now I'm going in with a setting powder, and this is also Revolution. This is also Revolution. Affordable, hello. Works, hello. And I take my setting powder. It's the Banana Deep setting powder, and I just put it into the lid. Not sure if this is how you're supposed to do it, but this is how I do it. Put it into the lid. I take a beauty blender. Actually, I'm gonna use. You could use a beauty blender, but I'm gonna go in with the brush that I put my concealer on with. If I can find it. Where did I put it? Where did I put it? I just had it. Does this ever happen? Oh my gosh, I'm always losing stuff, dropping stuff. I might just have to go in with the beauty blender. Did I drop it? Okay, so I'm gonna go in with the beauty blender. I'm just going to make sure there's not the moisture that was in from. This is gonna bother me. You know what? Oh, it's right here. Found it. Okay. So I'm just getting a little bit of the concealer off, and then I'm going in with the powder, and I'm pressing, just gently pressing that in. Gently, gently, gently. Don't want a lot, because again, I really like the glowy look. I think I put a little bit too much on this side, but that's okay. And setting powder just kind of helps everything stay in place. So what I'm gonna do is, after I do that, I take a like a blush brush or a blending brush, whatever. I put it in the setting powder, dap it off a little bit, and just kind of put it everywhere. Just really gently. Just to kind of set everything in place. Now I am going for my actual favorite part, and that is blush. I'm using the NYX Sweet Cheek Soft Cheek Tint Blush Mousse. That is a lot, but I'm using an orange blush. I love an orange blush. I just feel like it just matches me. Like, I just feel like it goes good with my skin tone. I just love it. So I'm just applying that, and I kind of apply a lot. It looks like I'm applying a lot, but that's because it's such a soft and subtle This is a really soft and subtle blush, so you kind of have to, it's buildable. Go in with that, and then I go in with a blush brush, and I kind of just airbrush that out. And I like it to be on the cheeks, so I'm actually gonna go in with a face brush and just blend that in there. Nope, I'm not. Like that, and just kind of blend that out. I'm gonna go again with the blush brush. And I don't really like the blush brush, a blush brush with the like a kind of moussey or liquid blush, because it doesn't necessarily bring it out and spread it out as much as I would want to. So I feel like this side needs a little bit more. Oops. I love it to be concentrated on this part of my cheek. It kind of just makes it a little cute. It gives a cute little look. Go like that. And I use a face blending brush, and I just kind of go in. Blend that in. And I almost forgot. Y'all, I got a little bit of situation going on my top lip, my upper lip. You know, a little stash situation. So I'm gonna take my lightest shade of concealer and dapping that in there. We cannot forget about her. Well, you could, but I do not want to forget about her. And I'm going in with the dense brush, and I'm just tapping that in. Dap, 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 dap. That's a moment. Dap, 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 dap. Dap it in. Why is my nose running? And I go and put a little bit of foundation on top because I don't like it how it looks right now. I take the same brush that I was using and just kind of dap that foundation in. Now this is completely optional. If you don't got a little stash, you know, you ain't gotta be doing all of this, but I do, yes ma'am. And it's not a crazy situation. Like, I definitely didn't have to do this either, but it's optional. I feel like I need a little bit more foundation. This foundation is extremely lightweight. Like, it doesn't even feel like I have anything on. I hope this looks okay. I'm gonna put one more layer on. I really hope that I'm recording. I really do. Just blend that in. Let's see, did I forget something? Oh, highlighter. I'm gonna go in with some highlighter, and I'm gonna use, what brush am I gonna use? I don't like highlighter brushes. I feel like they don't really work that well, me personally. So I might just use, y'all, I don't know what brush I'm gonna use. I might use my blush brush. Is this a blush brush? It is. I'm gonna use my blush brush. And I'm using the Revolution highlighter. Hello, get with it. Hello, Revolution. Look, wait, come on now, come on now, I got you. But yes, I'm gonna go in with my highlighter, dip my blush brush and my highlighter brush, go like this, and just kind of lightly apply. I don't like a lot of highlighter. If you do, you can apply more. Makeup is all about what you like. It's about what you like. Who cares about what anybody else thinks? And another thing that I like to do for the funsies of it, is I like to apply a little bit of blush to my nose. And I do a little heart blush, because I'm a sweetie and I love y'all. Boop, boop, boop. I go in right at the tip of my nose, go like this. See? A heart, because I love you. And I'm going in with a random brush, and I'm just kind of spreading that. And then I go in with a little bit of highlighter. On my nose. And that is it. I am done. Hopefully that wasn't hard to follow. I hope you guys get something from it and you learn from my mistakes, because I made some mistakes. Yes, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it helps you, and I hope I made you smile today. And that is it. This is the beginner friendly base routine. So I love y'all. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Mwah.